Hello everyone, so in this video, since I don't have anything else to do in my life, I decided that in this video we will solve this Rubik's Cube while I'm speaking. Cause why not? I was thinking about like doing a mukbang, but honestly we have nothing to eat, and I obviously know that mukbangs are like kind of the idea that you're eating something unhealthy. So but I don't want to eat anything unhealthy, it's finally summer, so I want to try to be, a little bit healthier this year, because, I normally don't give a shit, but I don't know, I'm just, been feeling so fucking insecure, so I'm just, okay, I feel like I've mixed this enough, so now I will just try to solve this. I've never solved a Rubik's Cube, and I just don't know how to do this, so this is basically purely based on luck, but, yeah, I mean, now it's, the 5th of June. I'm just really excited about my birthday that's coming up in 2 weeks, and also, midsummer, But at the same time, I'm just, wondering, what am I gonna do, all these summer days? Summer is only starting. But, honestly, it's gonna sound crazy, but, honestly, if, I had school right now, I would be fine with it, honestly, I mean, I haven't done anything too extra special, but I feel all, the beginnings of the summer are like that, you just don't do anything in the beginning of the summer, I think, as you, time goes by, then you just, do more stuff, you know what I mean? But, I don't know, what am I gonna do? Because, obviously, if you really want to do something, you kind of, have to plan it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just, waiting that, something comes around, something interesting that I can do, but it never does. I should also make these YouTube videos, because if I'm not doing anything else, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself, making these YouTube videos, because it feels kind of like an investment, in a specific sense. It kind of sounds stupid, but it genuinely feels like an investment to do these YouTube videos, because it's just I don't know, but these are just chill talking videos, and I try to make these 3 videos a day, but I don't know, this has kind of been a harsh day for me, or even it has actually not been, but I just been feeling kind of shit, I mean I feel like shit every single day, but it's just I'm just it's hard to explain, but I don't feel a disappointment. And okay, now we're getting back to those videos that I basically used to post almost every single day, me talking about how empty I feel. This is all connected to that, but I just don't seem to find the common factor, and what is actually the problem with me. Many people have been been oh, you should convert to Islam, and oh, you should find a therapist. But I don't know, it's when you don't do any effort in anything, you're don't be wondering why your life sucks, but at the same time, it's just I feel I'm, at least I don't do drugs, I'm not a criminal, so I feel I would be in a better situation naturally, so I wouldn't have to try as hard, but at the same time, now that I'm speaking, it's just oh, I feel so lazy in a specific sense, because it's just why do I expect that things will come easily for me? I mean, I don't, but at the same time, I look, you do. I just it's hard for me to accept my losing, or one thing that I'm really bad at is accepting my own failures, or my own imperfections, you know what I mean? But obviously I recognize that I do have them, but it's a problem when you're so ignorant that you don't even bother spending any time figuring out what's wrong with you, and instead you just talk shit and just expect that your life will automatically fix itself. But obviously it will never do that unless you put the work in, And also, I just wish that I had more enthusiasm in me. It's kind of what I wish I had, but it's just it's hard to explain, and it's and I just wish that you know, things would come like more easily for me, and you know, I wouldn't like. Okay, that's the thing, because like I'm not feeling insecure about myself. Like I'm actually pretty confident, you know. Like I feel like I've always been pretty confident of person, and like it's really hard to like bring me down in a specific sense, but at the same time, it does feel like discouraging when like life doesn't go the way you would like it to go, and you know, when it just like it's very easy like to, you know, just kind of like fall into that mood that, you know, okay, like something's just wrong with me, but you know, I'm not gonna do anything to fix it, because you know, like time will fix itself. But you know, I mean, like I know that it will not, you know, like it's unfortunately like that's not like a thing that's gonna ever happen to you, you know. And you're like, if you actually do believe in that, it's like you're just ignorant. But it does, I do recognize it, so I feel like I'm in like one step forward, you know. But especially because, you know, I haven't like achieved a lot. I mean, like I know like most people don't, and I feel like in that sense, you're like I'm in like a much more comfortable of a position than other people. You know, like learning has always been very easy for me, but I'm just like wondering if my like emptiness and my lack of like not wanting to do anything also impacts, you know, like my YouTube channel, which I know it does, because you know, and it sucks, and I talk about this like almost every single video, but it's just like I just wish that I had like a specific thing that I was interested in, so like my videos could be like more specific. And also, I don't know, like literally, like whenever I open up about this, it like makes me so frustrated. This is the reason why I could like never do therapy, because it's just like I am like so like, you know, like that toggle like meme when there's like three toggles, and you know, like you put two on and then you try to like turn on the third one, and then like one of them turns off. Like that's like my life, you know. It's just like I like it's like it's so hard to explain, but you know, for some reason, like whenever I try to like open up, I feel like it's just like I go into this paradox of like, okay, like the reason why I don't want to do anything is because I feel like I'm a boring person, you know, inside. And then I'm just thinking like, okay, well, why am I a boring person? And then when I try to figure that out, then I'm just like, because I have no interests. But then it's kind of like, okay, like, am I a boring person because I have no interests? Or is it that I don't have an interest because I'm a boring person, you know? And I'm trying to figure that out, but I just don't know. I mean, like, I guess they both, like, feed each other, kind of like global warming, you know? Kind of like, you know, boost itself. Obviously, like, if you have no interest, like, it's very, like, that's automatically, like, those are, like, the same thing, like, no interest, boring person, you could add, like, you know, like, is equal to in between those. But at the same time, I'm just, like, wondering which one came first, the chicken or the egg, you know? Because it's, like, obviously, like, one thing that you could do is, like, find interests. But, you know, that's the problem, because, you know, like, I've been, like, trying to look for them, but I don't have them. And it's funny. I mean, like, my interests are... Okay, if I have to actually, like, name things that I'm, like, interested in, they are eating, sleeping, doing YouTube videos, money, and... I think that's it. So... so, you know... But it's like, when you're, like, reached a specific point where, like, everything that you do feels boring and you actually have no interest. I wonder if it's like possible that you just go into this mental state where everything feels so bored that you're not able to feel anything interesting at all. Because, you know, I don't feel like I have ever had a passion for anything in my life, you know? Like some people do, like some people have like a passion for anything, you know? And it's like that's the best thing about passion, you know, like it can basically be about like anything. It doesn't have to be like, you know, like fashion or anything. It can be like very niche, you know? But I just like, as much as like try to think about it, I just don't have any like passions, you know? Or even like, I don't know what is passion. Is passion like, I've heard like passion is something that you're interested in. Well, there goes like me, you know? And then it's also something that you're good at. Well, I don't have a single thing that I'm like that would like qualify both of those. Especially when you have no interest in like, don't even like try to look for passions when you don't have any interest. But it's like at the same time I'm trying to think like it's because like I'm still like growing, so I'm like at the same time I feel like, you know, maybe it will like, you know, and like when I'm older I will find it, I will figure it out, but then I will feel like I'm wasting time, like I'm wasting time because, you know, like other people have figured it out like when they were so young, 8 years old, you know. And at the same time I'm just thinking like if there's like uh you know, some people have like figured it out at a really young age, and I still haven't figured it out. And it's just like I wonder if it's like possible that they are just like some human beings that just like never find their own interest. Like they never just simply find anything interesting, and they just simply never are satisfied, and, you know, they never have been any like ever been interested in anything, because, you know, like I feel like those kind of people exist, you know, they gotta exist somewhere. And I'm just afraid that I'm one of them, because, you know, like I would like to be interested in stuff, I would like to have like a passion, I would like to be like so enthusiastic about something that I could like not stop thinking about it, you know, like the same way, you know, like Mr. Beast is like obsessed with YouTube, Ariana Grande is obsessed with singing, Anna Winter is interested in fashion, you know. Those are like the only 3 people that I know. Like Donald Trump is interested in politics, you know. It's like, why not me? Like, and like, at least like one thing, you know, there has got to be. I didn't like, I've been obviously interested in stuff, you know, like there was a point where I was like really like, I really liked editing, but it lasted for a couple of days, and then, you know, stuff like that, so. But I wish like one day I could just like wake up and all the answers would just be in my head, you know? But I don't feel like that's really possible. So if anybody has ever been not interested in anything and then they all of a sudden found their own interest, then tell me how you found it. I'm interested. Thank you.